The SDF is back and ready for Season 2, which will be coming out in a few, maybe a week or two. We're trying to wait until, Pokemon Showdown gets fully updated with everything, because while they have the Pokemon in, they do not have the models, and so certain Pokemon that we were planning on using don't show up at all, like they're just invisible. But anyway, the SDF Season 2 is going to be beginning soon, and we've got more teams put in. We also did things a little bit differently. For one thing, certain Pokemon were banned, and certain Pokemon are put on trial, to where they might be able to be used for the remainder. But, yeah, if you remember the Gaylord Dunsparces using a Dracovish last season, Dracovish got banned. So, we're not going to see Dracovish anytime. However, there is a certain Pokemon that you will be able to see, and I will get to that soon. However, before we get into specifically my draft, I want to go over the teams that are in this season. Now, the teams from last season are returning, all of them. So you got the Tulsa Drillburs, you got the Juno Snoms, you got the Gaylord Dunsparces, and the Leicester City Corsolas actually upgraded themselves. They are now the Leicester Alliance Corsolas, which Leicester Alliance, I believe, isn't an actual place, but to be fair, there's another team that joined in that is also not an actual place. There might actually be two like that. Huh. But some new teams that we have are the following. The Cleveland Bulbasaurs, which is being run by my brother, Cool Guy 7. The Accumula Agrons, which are run by Gojira the Veltuber. The Unknown Crusaders, which is run by War Eagle, or whatever he wants to call himself. And that team actually started out as a joke. Originally, he wasn't sure that he was going to join. Then he said he wasn't going to join. However, he wanted to still be a part of the Discord server, which all the members use to get in contact with each other, so that way we can actually, set up our battles. He just wanted to be there and just watch battles. But then on the day of the draft, he came in and he was like, you know what, I'm going to join. And as a joke, we had given him a team, despite the fact that originally he wasn't going to be joining. He was the Unknown Crusaders. At first, that wasn't a Pokemon pun, but that became one. And he ended up just sticking with that team, and that team's actually going to be able to battle in this season. So that was kind of strange to deal with. But then, we also have the Knock'em Stiff Scrafties, run by Grungino, or whatever he's going to be called. I think his YouTube channel's something else. I don't know if he renamed it or not. But those four teams have now joined in, meaning that the SDF Season 1, while that one was short, SDF Season 2 will actually be a lot longer, since the round-robin style will still be happening. So there will be 8 weeks, because we will be trying to do an actual weekly thing, and I'll get more into that later. But we've actually got 8 weeks of battling. Now, of course, the 8 weeks of battling are specifically the round-robin tournament, where everyone will fight each other before we get to the playoffs. And originally, with the Unknown Crusaders not being an actual team, originally what we were going to do is every team was going to have a break once a week. Meaning that there were different ones that would take a break. Like, my break wasn't until the last week of the round robin. But with the Unknown Crusaders joining in, that means everyone has to battle each week. Originally, what had happened was, last season, we tried to do it weekly, but then we figured, it's probably going to take long. So we decided to it would be whenever. However, that took even longer because no one thought that they had to do it. And so we'd have the battles at whatever time, and then they'd be uploaded to my channel at whatever time. Now things will be a little more smoother. We're going to have our battles each week, and they will not all just be on my channel. Some of the other ones will probably be uploading theirs to their channel, as most of them have their own YouTube channels, and so you'll be able to look at their channels to find their battles if you want to root for that team. If you specifically are only going to be looking at my team, then don't worry, because at the beginning of every week, I will put in a recap of the previous week. This is going to take a lot of work, but hopefully we can all, do this. And I might just have it to where, whenever I do my battle, the recap will be before that, instead of me having to upload 2 SDF videos a week. It'll all depend. But I will recap each previous week. I will let you know that. Now to get into my draft, which you can see up here. I drafted some pretty interesting picks. One that I specifically want to talk about is Melmetal, which last season we didn't know if we wanted to do a trial run of it to see if it was really going to be the most overpowered thing. And so no one had picked it alongside Magirna anyway, because those two were the only ones that were being put on a trial run. And so we weren't able to test either of them out. We weren't really sure if we wanted to even try Melmetal. But Melmetal is now on trial for Season 2. I took Melmetal. I'm really happy about that. Sadly, it is not my Gigantamax. However, my Gigantamax Copperajah is also a really good Pokemon. So I'll be able to set up, actually with a lot of these Pokemon, I'll be able to set up hazards, which is something I'm thinking will probably be a big strategy, but it'll really all depend. Now, I've also drafted some other really powerful Pokemon, such as Mega Metagross, and yeah, whenever I picked my first 3, Copperajah, Metagross, and Melmetal, I realized I didn't have much variety, because 2 of those are pure Steel types, and one of them is Steel Psychic. And so I didn't really have much coverage with those ones, so I had to base my drafts around protecting those Pokemon. But I got some really good Pokemon. I got a Greninja, base form Greninja, not Ash Greninja. Base form meaning I can use Torrent or Protean. Since I picked Melmetal, I did not get Ash Greninja, which could have been helpful. However, Melmetal is Melmetal. I also picked Infernape, which was a big Pokemon for coverage. Since it's a firefighting type, that one I am actually pretty excited about using. Originally, I didn't care much, but I'm starting to think that it will be something that will actually help me out a lot during this season. And then I've got my Noivern. I've got quite a few other ones. Noivern, Piloswine, Shedinja, Raboot, just to name a few. Of course, I've got my joke picks, which are from Little Cup. I have a Pichu, because why not? I probably should have picked Drillbur since it's my mascot, but who cares? And I've also got my Rattata. Now, sadly, I cannot do the Fear Rattata thing, where it's level 1, has Endeavor, and Quick Attack, and a Focus Sash. But maybe I can come up with something else for this Rattata. Maybe I'll do Hyper Fang or something. Maybe I just won't use this Rattata. I don't know. It'll all depend on what my battles will be in the future. I'm looking forward to using these Pokemon. I've got some pretty good ideas. Now, before I end off this video, I wanted to mention that my match will be against last season's champion. I will be taking on the Juno Snoms, led by Spoonlord, who absolutely dominated last season. He only had one loss. And even then, that was just in a battle that he overall won. So, I'm gonna have some trouble in this first round. I don't want to be, like, 0-2 in the first round. If I can at least get one battle in that best 2 out of 3 where I win, I'll be happy. But if I manage to win that, that's gonna be an amazing start for this season. And I just gotta hope that I can pull off a win. But of course, surprisingly, I don't think Spoonlord's my biggest threat. Last season, because last season I actually got 3rd place out of the 4. And the one person that got 4th place, the leader of the Gaylord Dunsparces, currently has a vendetta against me. So he's actually trying to make sure I get last place specifically. Like, he doesn't just want to beat me, he wants me to lose the whole thing. Like, probably he'd be really happy with me not getting a single win, and the fact that I got Spoonlord by just sheer coincidence is probably going to make him happy, so I've got to show that I can actually hold my own. I gotta get at least one win. If I can actually beat him, which I doubt will happen, if I can beat Spoonlord, that's gonna be crazy. So, wish me luck, guys. The SDF Season 2 will be starting probably within the next week. I don't think it'll be 2 weeks from now. But I hope you guys will enjoy. I hope you guys will cheer me on. And if you want to support another team, that is fine. You can go check them out. If they have a YouTube channel, it's usually, like, their name, like Zabalba, Spoonlord, those usernames. If you want to support those teams, go check them out. If you want to support me, stick around for the SDF. And subscribe, like the video. I'll see you guys in the draft season. This is potentially going to be horrible, but let's see what happens. Bye.